Good day. This is the fourth video on restrictions. That's why it's called restrictions 4 in algebra. And this applies to when we have square roots with a variable under the square root. Then the following rule will apply. And the restriction is that under the square root must be positive. Now 9 out of 10 times when people talk about under the square root, they say under the square root mustn't be negative. But try and get your brain around this. That what you actually need to know is that under the square root is positive. It's a little bit different thinking that way, but try and get your brain around it. So without anybody asking you, you physically write down that x plus 5, the thing from under the square root, must be bigger and equal to 0. Then you take the 5 to the other side, you get x is bigger than equal to minus 5. So if x is bigger than equal to minus 5, under the square root will be positive. In other words, if I put a minus 5 in there, plus 5 is 0, I'm allowed to have a 0. Let's take something bigger than minus 5, minus 4. Minus 4 plus 5 is plus 1, square root of plus 1 is positive. So I take the thing under the square root, I rewrite it, bigger than equal to 0, take the 5 over, and then I get my restriction. X must be bigger than equal to minus 5. A typical question you can run into now is they can ask you, what is the domain of this expression? That means what x values will work on this expression. Then you will write, x is an element of real numbers, x is bigger than equal to minus 5. Another question they love asking is, for what values of x is this expression real? So this expression will be real, in other words, and working, if x is an element of real numbers, as long as x is bigger than equal to minus 5. Then sometimes they might ask, for what value of x is this expression non-real? For what value of x will this be non-real? You just answer x is smaller than minus 5 will make it non-real. Just to summarize, sometimes they write k equals and then this thing. Then they ask you, what is the domain of k? Then you write, you say the domain is x is an element of real numbers, x is bigger than equal to minus 5. Then again, they might ask you, for what values of x will k be real? Then you just say x is an element of real numbers, x is bigger than equal to minus 5. We'll make this real. Real means good in maths. The next time they might ask you, for what value of x is this k non-real? Then your answer will be x is smaller than minus 5 will make this non-real. Non-real meaning bad, not working. Now sometimes you might run into a sum where there is a fraction with a square root under the line in your denominator. Then you know that the x plus 5 must be just bigger than 0. Because if he is equal to 0, there's a 0 under the square root, there will be a 0 under the 3, that's not allowed. So the equal falls away. So if you have a square root in the denominator of a fraction, you just write x plus 5 is bigger than 0, x is bigger than minus 5. So we can answer the same three questions now. If they ask me, what is the domain of t? I will just write, x must be bigger than minus 5. If they ask me for what value of x will t be defined, I'll say t is defined and real if x is bigger than minus 5. If they ask for what value is t undefined and non-real, you will just write x is smaller and equal to minus 5. If there is a minus 5 there, that will be naught and it will be undefined. And if it is smaller than minus 5, like minus 6, it will be negative. And if a piece of the sum is non-real, the whole sum is non-real. This video was a mouthful, but please indicate if you liked or disliked the video and subscribe to the channel. If there's anything you want to know that you're not sure about, you can send your problem to this number by WhatsApp or SMS. Explain what you don't understand, and we will make a video to explain it and post it for free on this channel that everybody can benefit from your question.